The afternoon sun beat down mercilessly on Route 47 as Marcus Chen wiped grease from his hands onto his already stained work pants. His trailer park mechanic shop wasn't much, just a patch of cracked asphalt behind lot number 12, but it kept food on the table for him and his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. "Dad, Mrs. Patterson says we're 3 weeks behind on rent again," Lily called from the trailer's doorway, her small voice carrying worry far too heavy for her age. Marcus closed his eyes briefly. 3 weeks. The transmission job he'd counted on had fallen through when the customer's check bounced. Again. "I know, sweetheart. I'm working on it." The sound of an engine sputtering caught his attention. A silver Mercedes, completely out of place in this neighborhood, was coasting to a stop near his makeshift shop. Steam poured from under the hood. A woman emerged, her designer suit and heels immediately marking her as someone from a different world. She looked around at the trailer park with barely concealed discomfort before her eyes landed on Marcus's hand-painted sign. Chen's Mobile Repair. Honest work. Fair prices. "Are you a mechanic?" she asked, her tone sharp with stress. "Yes, ma'am. Marcus Chen." He approached the Mercedes, already assessing the problem from the steam pattern. "Looks like your radiator hose." The woman checked her phone with increasing frustration. "No signal, of course. I have a meeting in the city in 2 hours. Critical meeting. Can you fix it?" Marcus popped the hood and examined the engine. The radiator hose had burst completely. "I can fix it, but I'll need to order the part. Won't be here until tomorrow morning at the earliest." "Tomorrow?" Her composure cracked slightly. "That's impossible. I'll call a tow truck, get it to a proper—" "Good luck getting a tow out here on a Friday afternoon," Marcus said quietly, not unkindly. "And the nearest dealership is 40 miles away. Even if you get there, they'll tell you the same thing about the part." The woman pressed her fingers to her temples. Marcus noticed her hands were shaking slightly. Whatever this meeting was, it mattered deeply to her. "Look," he said, making a decision he probably couldn't afford. "I've got a universal hose that might work as a temporary fix. It's not perfect, but it'll get you where you need to go. $50 for the part and labor." She looked at him with suspicion. "Why would you help me? You could charge much more." Marcus shrugged. "Because you need help, and I can provide it. That's how it's supposed to work." For the next hour, Marcus worked in the brutal heat while the woman, who finally introduced herself as Victoria, made calls from his trailer's phone. Lily brought them both ice water, her natural kindness shining through despite their circumstances. "Your daughter is lovely," Victoria said, watching Lily return to her homework at the small kitchen table visible through the screen door. "She's my world," Marcus replied, tightening the last connection. "Lost her mom 2 years ago. Cancer. Been just the two of us since." Victoria's expression softened. "I'm sorry. That must be incredibly difficult." "We manage." Marcus tested the repair, then closed the hood. "That should hold, but get it properly fixed soon. This is just a Band-Aid." Victoria pulled out her wallet. Marcus noticed it was nearly empty except for a single credit card and some business cards. "I don't have much cash," she admitted, a flush creeping up her neck. "I can write you a check, or—" "The 50 covers it," Marcus interrupted. "Drive safe." She hesitated, then pulled out a business card. "Victoria Ashford. Thank you, Mr. Chen. Truly." After she drove away, Lily appeared at his side. "Dad, you only charged her $50. Mrs. Patterson is going to be mad about the rent." Marcus ruffled her hair. "Some things matter more than money, kiddo. Besides, we'll figure it out. We always do." That night, Marcus lay awake in their cramped trailer, staring at the ceiling and calculating impossible math. Rent, utilities, Lily's school supplies, groceries. No matter how he arranged the numbers, they didn't add up. The next morning, Saturday, Marcus was under a pickup truck when he heard it, the unmistakable sound of helicopter rotors. The noise grew louder until it seemed to shake the entire trailer park. He rolled out from under the truck just in time to see a sleek corporate helicopter descending onto the empty lot across from his shop. Neighbors poured out of their trailers, phones raised, capturing the surreal sight. The helicopter landed, and Victoria Ashford stepped out, now dressed in casual but clearly expensive clothing. Behind her emerged 2 men in suits carrying briefcases. Lily grabbed Marcus's hand. "Dad, what's happening?" "I have no idea, sweetheart." Victoria walked directly toward them, her expression unreadable. Marcus's mind raced through possibilities, none of them good. Had he somehow damaged her car? Was she here with lawyers? "Mr. Chen," Victoria said, stopping a few feet away. "I need to speak with you. May we go inside?" Marcus glanced at the gathering crowd, then at his modest trailer. "It's not much, but sure." Inside, Victoria's associates remained standing while she sat at the small dinette table across from Marcus and Lily. "The meeting I was rushing to yesterday," Victoria began, "was the final negotiation for the sale of my company, Ashford Medical Technologies. 15 years of work, hundreds of employees' futures, and a breakthrough medical device that could help millions of people. If I had missed that meeting, the deal would have collapsed. The buyers were already looking for reasons to back out." Marcus nodded slowly, unsure where this was going. "I made it with 10 minutes to spare. The deal closed last night. $470 million. She paused, watching his reaction. "Mr. Chen, you didn't just fix my car. You saved everything I've built." The number was so absurd in the context of Marcus's life that he almost laughed. 470 million. He couldn't even imagine 50,000. "I'm glad I could help," he said carefully. "But I just did a simple repair. Any mechanic would have seen an opportunity," Victoria interrupted. "A desperate woman in an expensive car, clearly in crisis. They would have charged $500, maybe $1,000, or insisted on keeping the car overnight, knowing I couldn't refuse. You charged me $50 and sent me on my way." One of the suited men opened his briefcase. "Ms. Ashford had us run a background check. We hope you'll forgive the intrusion, but given what she wanted to do, we needed to be thorough." Marcus stiffened, pulling Lily closer. "We know about your wife," Victoria said gently. "About the medical bills that bankrupted you. About how you dropped out of engineering school to care for her and Lily. About the 3 jobs you worked to stay afloat. We also know," the other man added, "that despite your financial situation, you've helped dozens of people in this community. Fixed cars for free when they couldn't pay. Organized a food drive last winter. Tutored neighborhood kids in math and science." Marcus felt exposed, vulnerable. "I do what I can. What anyone would do." "No," Victoria said firmly. "What very few people do, especially when they're struggling themselves." She slid a folder across the table. "This is for you." Marcus opened it with trembling hands. Inside was a check made out to him for $500,000. His vision blurred. The number seemed to pulse on the page. "I can't. This is—" "The check is a gift, no strings attached," Victoria said. "Consider it a thank you for your help and your character. But I'm hoping you'll also consider an offer." The first suited man pulled out another document. "Ms. Ashford is establishing a foundation to provide medical bill relief and financial support to families dealing with catastrophic illness. Based on your character and personal experience, she'd like you to help run it. Salary of $150,000 annually, full benefits, housing allowance." Marcus couldn't speak. Lily squeezed his hand so tightly it hurt. "Additionally," the second man continued, "we discovered you were 3 semesters away from your engineering degree. Ms. Ashford's foundation will fund completion of your education, and we've already arranged for a full scholarship to Brookfield Academy for Lily, if you choose to accept." "Why?" Marcus finally managed. "Why would you do this?" Victoria leaned forward. "Yesterday, you saw someone who needed help, and you helped them. You didn't see a wealthy person to exploit. You didn't see an opportunity for profit. You saw a human being in trouble, and you did what you could with what you had. That kind of integrity is rare, Mr. Chen. That's exactly the kind of person who should be helping others." She stood, preparing to leave. "You don't have to decide now. Take time to think about it. But the check is yours regardless. You earned it through years of kindness to people who couldn't repay you. Consider this the universe balancing the scales." After they left, Marcus and Lily sat in stunned silence. Through the window, they watched the helicopter lift off, neighbors still filming and pointing. "Dad," Lily whispered, tears streaming down her face. "Does this mean we can stay? We don't have to move?" Marcus pulled her into his arms, his own tears falling freely now. "Yeah, sweetheart. We can stay. And we're going to be okay. Better than okay." That evening, after paying Mrs. Patterson 3 months' rent in advance and watching her shocked expression, Marcus walked his property line one more time. The check was already deposited, the money real. Tomorrow he would call Victoria about the foundation position. He already knew his answer. His phone buzzed. A text from Victoria. I forgot to mention, the foundation needs a facility. I've purchased the Henderson building downtown. It's yours to set up as you see fit. Start whenever you're ready. Marcus looked up at the stars emerging in the darkening sky. 2 years of struggle, of wondering how he would provide for his daughter, of going to bed hungry so she could eat. All of it had led to this moment, to one choice to help a stranger on a desperate afternoon. He thought about all the people he could help now, all the families drowning in medical debt who would get a lifeline. People just like he had been. People who needed someone to see their struggle and offer a hand up. Thank you, he whispered to the universe, to his late wife, to whatever force had brought Victoria's car to his trailer park. Inside, Lily was already researching Brookfield Academy on their ancient laptop, her face glowing with possibilities. Marcus watched her through the window, his heart full for the first time in years. Sometimes, he realized, the smallest acts of kindness echo in ways we can never predict. He had fixed a radiator hose for $50. In return, his entire life had been repaired. The next morning, Marcus drove to the Henderson building. It was a beautiful old structure in the heart of downtown, far from the trailer park, but never forgetting where he came from. A sign was already being installed. Ashford Chen Medical Relief Foundation. Victoria met him at the door. What do you think? Marcus looked at the building, then back toward where his trailer sat miles away, then at the photo of his wife he always carried. I think, he said slowly, that we're going to help a lot of people. Victoria smiled. Yes, we are. Welcome aboard, Mr. Chen. As they walked inside to begin planning, Marcus understood that his years of struggle hadn't been wasted. They had prepared him for this moment, had shaped him into someone who could truly help others, because he knew their pain intimately. One broken radiator hose, one act of simple kindness, one helicopter landing in a trailer park. Sometimes that's all it takes to change everything. The end.